Princess Serena, not Princess Serena, and this week I'm heading to Alaska. It's like I never left, seriously. Throwback to my Mediterranean cruise vlog. My nails match the cart. Let's see. Some difference from the Seattle room. But I'm very excited to report I have daylight this time because we have a balcony. Last cruise I had an inside cabin. Welcome to paradise. Role reversal. That's the cruise we were on this morning. Check out part 1 for the pre-cruise and all the other Seattle shenanigans. Here's an overview of Seattle. Pretty impressive Seattle pin collection I got going on, but I have an Alaskan one to start now. Look how gorgeous this is. We're getting that fixed, by the way. It's loose. It's bumping that, bumping that, bumping that. Honestly, 360 style Charlie XCX, you know? And just like that, we are off. Next destination, Alaska. We got sat at the very back of the ship over dinner right next to the window. It was so relaxing. The views just kept getting nicer and nicer as the evening went along. Cheers to Alaska. Cheers. Had to enjoy this view from my balcony before heading to the silent disco. I have never been to one where it's dependent on where you are in the room what song is playing. So there was 4 decades, 80s and 90s, 2000s, and today. It's always so strange looking back at silent disco videos because you just hear people singing with zero music and people dancing. It's great. Let me see what song this is. I'm in love, sent from above. I'm not that innocent. Footloose, kick off the Sunday shoes. That was so much fun. I almost didn't want to leave early, but I wanted to catch the late night comedy show. Good morning from the Encore buffet. How cute are these little animals they made out of the fruit? Today's a sea day. I completely forgot those were a thing because last cruise I went on had exactly 0 of them. And it couldn't have come at a more perfect time. We definitely needed some time to recharge because the last 2 days have been very go since landing in Seattle. It was nice not to have to schedule what we needed to do within an already busy day off the ship. Good morning. Just woke up and look at that view. We are hours away from docking in Juneau, Alaska, cruising 1 port at a time. The clouds are so low. Wow, oh wow. Approaching some islands. So for Wheel of Fortune, we have to solve the puzzle faster than the 3 people on stage.
Raffle ticket. We are going to be raffling out a cruise for 2 on Friday right here on Encore.
What did you answer?
82.
We solved 2 out of the 4 of them, not our best work.
And I got 2 tickets to a free cruise.
Yeah! I can't believe she knew what year Vanna White first started Wheel of Fortune. Back on our balcony, very trippy. Literally wake up from bed and you are in the mountains. Look at that peak peeking out. It's the only cruise line to give pins to incentivize you to continue to cruise with them. So you know what? They understand me a little too well. I haven't filled out a physical customs form in forever because we are going to Canada when we're in Victoria at the end of this cruise. So we're entering by marine. We can enjoy this view on our balcony or
Julie, you're fantastic.
observation lounge. I thought that would be funny to mash up the cruise director's announcement to what I'm trying to say. It was literally 3 doors down from our stateroom. It was so great. We could grab food here sometimes, some snacks, and you could enjoy the views from the front of the ship as well as the side. There were floor to ceiling windows and some comfy lounge chairs. I don't think I've ever watched the cruise dock into port before, just because I get to sit inside and chill. And all of a sudden, there is an airplane casually passing our cruise. Well, all right then, but the show's not over because there were several more that came after. It was nice. We got like a whole show before we docked. And oh my goodness, that is Anthem of the Seas. I was on that ship in 2018. These cruise ships don't look real behind me. It looks like a green screen, but they're actually right there. When I was researching what we should do in Juneau, this cable car came up, and thank goodness we did not go because we talked to someone after the fact and they spent over 2 hours in line for a 6-minute ride. It looks like a toy. It doesn't look real. So the Norwegian Bliss left, so now we could take their parking spot and dock. My real fit for the day. gotta bundle up. It's going to be 5 degrees Celsius. My pom-poms and I are ready to go. Finally off the ship. What a huge ship it is. We're in Juneau, Alaska. The air is so fresh. I'm so glad to finally get off the ship. The shuttle downtown was like a 45-minute walk. Not walk, 45-minute wait. But we asked how long the walk is. They're like 25 minutes. We're like, easy, we're walking. Beautiful day for a walk. I would walk in my neighborhood in this weather. I love the green against the white snow on the mountains. Just passing the cruise now. You're the princess. You get princess treatment. This princess wants princess treatment because you're right here. I could get everywhere I'm going in one pin or in a whole pin pack. Oh my goodness. Or I could get more specific here and pick a design. Decisions. I love a good pun. Found my Instagram caption. The princess gets princess treatment, but the Anthem gets royal treatment, Royal Caribbean, right downtown. But I ain't complaining because if I was on any of those other cruises, I wouldn't have the pin haul I have. It was quite the store. We're gonna head back. It closes at 8, so we should make it back. It was nice. What'd you get?
I bought 2 pouches, coin pouches, and I bought a luggage tag.
I not only got my Juneau pin secured, but there is a pin pack. I feel like I'm at Disney World. A pin set of all the places I'm going to, just in case they don't have pins. I have them as backups. May the North be with you. That's good. That one's adorable. Such a cute downtown area, by the way. 1 minute away from the bus stop. Does this scream bus stop to you? Here we are. 8 Downtown Express. That is our bus. Did the research. It is leaving at 4:30 and it will get there at 5:01. Juneau by Sabrina Carpenter. Have you ever tried this one? No, I don't think I have. We took public transit, which was $2, and it took us a half an hour walk away from Mendenhall Glacier. But honestly, I feel like I gained something by doing the walk and not just the $200 difference between the two of us not taking the cruise excursion to the exact same place. We walked to Photo Point to get a closer look at the glacier, and then that's Nugget Falls over there, which is a 2-mile round trip or 3.2 kilometers. So we get to continue our beautiful walk, this time in a forest. And 20 minutes later, we made it to Nugget Falls. Oh my goodness, this is way bigger than it looks, first of all. This is not doing it justice in the slightest. Such a beautiful day today. We lucked out so much. It literally just drizzled. It's drizzling. Well, drizzling. It's not drizzling. I'm just feeling the waterfall, I think. But it was just drizzling a little bit earlier. I don't think I've ever stood this close to a waterfall before. That was so beautiful. Is it raining? Oh my, it actually is raining. I thought it was the waterfall, but it started raining while we were under the waterfall, kind of. So we didn't even realize. That's really fun. We went up here, much further away than this. What a difference about an hour makes.
My parents fish like this big, which is exciting for me because I've never caught a fish that big with a fishing pole.
You're never gonna believe. So we were kind of tired and it was raining and everything. So we're trying to find a taxi. There's no Ubers. We tried whatever. So we're like, you know what? I guess we have to walk. So we're gonna speed walk in, it was not a light rain. It was starting to come down, you know, hence the hair here. And then my mom is not a quitter. We see a bus, it says shuttle. We're like, okay, maybe it's a shuttle you could like pay or something. But no, it's a tour. I'm like, oh, forget it, Mom. And my mom does not take no for an answer.
Do you have room for 2 more passengers?
He's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but like $20 each cash and I drop you downtown. And we're like, sure. He's like, you sure? I think he expected us to say no.
Yeah.
But they're like, guys, do you mind? Like, and they're like, I guess not. Anyway, so, and apparently it was $65 for them. So we paid literally less than a third of what they did and we got half their tour. So
Yeah, it was worth it. A win-win situation.
yeah.
Now we're going back on the ship.
Yeah. And we got dropped off at the ship, which they don't normally do, but it was their last like tour.
There's only 2 seats left on the whole trolley bus tour.
And this is why I got my pin before, because I wouldn't have had time to get it. So yeah, great day, great end to a great day. Oh, we love Troy, not just Bolton. Now there's another Troy we love, Troy Ford. Thank you for saving us at least an hour, by the way, because the bus on the way back was not the express bus, because that ended at like 5:30. So like it would have been an hour, not a half an hour, that bus, plus the half an hour walk to the bus, plus walking to the shuttle, which we skipped the shuttle. Thank you, Troy. We love Troy. All Troys out there. Also, I gotta give credit to Norwegian. They had hot chocolate waiting for us to warm up. Again, my mom and I were sweating all day, but it's the sentiment that counts. But yeah, I love it. Thank you. I thought it was coffee, so thank you for thinking of the non-coffee drinkers. Brush my hair, and like honestly, I don't know if it's the Glacier Air, but like it looks good as new.
I didn't go that far.
I love that no matter how late we eat, like it is currently 9:15 p.m., it only gets dark at like 11, so we could always enjoy the beautiful scenery. We ended the night at the observation lounge. Good morning from Skagway, Alaska. The early vocal fry is real. So it is currently 7:10 a.m. and we are already docked in Skagway. So we're about to head down into breakfast. We gotta eat a feast because we have an 8-hour excursion ahead of us. Ready to dig in?
I'm ready.
Update, we added fruit. It's 8:30. Today, I feel more like I'm in Alaska. I don't know about you. It's freezing. It is windy. It's beautiful though. No rain. I want to take a picture, but like my hair is having a spasm. Our bus leaves at 9:30 and it is not public transit this time, far from it. We're going to the White Pass Scenic Railway. The way there is a bus and the way back is the train, so you get different scenery going both ways. And hey look, the princess is following us. Seeing another cruise ship docked anywhere near us means we did get a decent parking spot. It was about a 10 or 15 minute walk to the train depot where the bus was, and it was such a cute walk into their little downtown area.
More pin sets.
I rarely buy magnets unless it's so representative of like a whole trip. So this one was perfect. I had to get it. I looked up what side of the train to sit on the way there, not thinking the bus would be the opposite side, but it was still so breathtaking.
There's nothing to worry about. We haven't had a train fall off the mountain in weeks.
I loved our bus tour guide. He was so cynical, sarcastic, and had such dry humor, which I love, but he still gave lots of very insightful information. So shout out to Scotty. It was really nice. We got to get off the bus a few times to really soak up the views and breathe in that fresh, crisp Alaskan air. But that Alaskan air was soon going to turn into Canadian air. The Welcome to Alaska sign stop actually felt like I stepped into a postcard. You know, I can't say I've ever been to Canada just for the day.
Oh, Canada.
So the border officer came on the bus, looked at our Canadian passports and said, "Welcome home." Perfect timing for a scenic washroom break, or else we wouldn't have seen the family of bears.
3, holy cow.
That's another thing. If we took the train only tour, which was only 3 hours within Alaska, I mean, you would never see wildlife that close up.
There he goes. In the area, if you were to go from one end all the way to the other end of the lake, it's about 110 miles, thereabouts. So what is that? 160 170 kilometers, 180.
And just like that, we're exiting BC already and entering the Yukon territory, which I've never been to, but BC, funny enough, I have been for a day before, but never overnight, because when I went to Banff last year, I went to Yoho National Park for the day. And to add a layer onto coincidences, we are actually driving on our way to a different Emerald Lake, not in Yoho National Park, but in the Yukon. It's incredible just how different the scenery has become within a short 3-hour span of this bus ride. The piercing blue water against the vibrant greens and then the mountain in the back is just so stunning. My ears actually began to pop because we're heading to Emerald Lake, which has an elevation of 1,223 meters above sea level, or 4,012 feet. The water's so vibrant due to the mineral deposits under the water. Emerald Lake is the most north we're going to, so we're turning around. Only time we're going southbound with Scotty. Yeehaw, look at those cowboy hats. We drove down for about 10 minutes and said goodbye to our bus. We're in the Yukon. I mean, we have been for a while, but we're at Car Cross. Scotty recommended the one restaurant in town. MVP, truly. We had about an hour to explore here, but we were due for some warm food on this cold day, and the bison burger and fries were so good. We split it because we are getting a lunch on the train later. We were just so hungry. USD taken at par is diabolical, but I was very excited to use Canadian money, pay Canadian prices, and not be upcharged. So we love an impromptu Canadian lunch on a US trip. We had a different tour guide on the train, and she was basically what Scotty said he would never be: vanilla and seemingly reading off a script. But this time we sat on the scenic side, so no more shots of people sleeping, of me trying to get the scenery. The sign says Yukon, and the fact that I could read that and see the mountains perfectly, like it could have easily been such a foggy day because they have that a lot. We were chatting with Mary from the Holland American ship the whole time. She was super nice. The train made one 45-minute stop in Lake Bennett, which is in BC, which is part of the Klondike Gold Rush National Historical Park. I crossed the train track to take a closer look at the lake, and before that we saw a 12-minute film about the gold rush. It was hard to get a vantage point of the lake, but this was still a cute stop, and then I went back onto the train to continue our trip down to Alaska. Our train car had more people in it than our bus did this morning. We went from forest to water to snow in the span of 20 minutes.
Our enterprise was a smashing success. By the time the rail...
Is our tour guide not giving AI? This time they didn't check our passports until after we finished the tour, once we were well past the border. So in the back of each train car, you can actually stand outside. So I did, and of course we were going through a tunnel, just my luck. But it was actually really cool to experience that. It felt way more immersive without the reflection of the glass, and best part is you cannot hear the tour guide from outside as well. I know I'm ripping on her so hard, but can you blame me? I went from someone with such personality to someone with a robotic voice. Whenever the train was turning, it was such a cinematic shot because you saw the train with the mountains, and no way you could see the cruise from here. That's wild. I stayed outside for the majority of this part of the train ride because it felt like as if I was standing on the edge of a cliff. Can you imagine people constructing this railroad over 125 years ago in the mountains? Most of the way only has one track, only this short part has two, so even today it makes it difficult to schedule all the different trains passing to and from, right? And just like that, it is 5:30 and we are back in Skagway. I'm so happy I found an Alaska pin shaped like the state for my states and provinces board. After some quintessential souvenir shopping, we went back to the ship early. I can't believe we still had extra time to stay longer if we wanted to after an 8-hour excursion. We were docked for 13 hours. While my mom was showering, I figured that I would just chill on our balcony, enjoy the views, and I saw 5 helicopters land. They kept coming one after another. The third one didn't even land yet, and then boom, here's the 4th one. It was so satisfying to see it kind of have that sharp turn and come down really fast. Something about a piercing red, like against such a nature-esque background, is just so pretty to me as well. Where are you landing? This is going down fast. Parking lot is full, buddy. Where are you going? Oh, there's one more. I didn't see that one. How great was today?
Oh my God, it was so awesome.
100,000,000% recommend this. And most people on this cruise, if they did the train, would have just done like to the Alaskan-Canadian border and left. So I would argue even the most pretty sections were after, but I loved it all.
Breathtaking views.
Literally, this is just from our cruise balcony, like from our room. Our room is right there. Like, anyway, we are starving. Going to quickly change and go for a late dinner and then head to the comedy show. Bum, ba, ba, ba. I found it at last. It was hidden in the photo shop. And I have to inform the Cruise Next staff because she said that she collects pins and she didn't know if they had a pin. I asked like 3 staff where this was, but alas, I found it myself. Good morning. It is our second sea day, but a special one. We are cruising through Glacier National Park. The park rangers came on and brought their merch. Is this what it feels like to be in line at Disney for a limited edition pin? Because this is only here for like 4 hours. And it's been like 20-25 minutes, so we have matching shirts today. The line was like a half an hour. It says Animal Kingdom. I don't know. I'm not fully convinced I'm not in Disney World. Yesterday I was telling my mom like I've been doing so well finding a pin to represent everything, but Glacier Bay is going to be hard because there's no gift shop in the middle of the ocean. Well, I guess I stand corrected. They made the ship's bow accessible just for today, and it's cool. The park rangers are giving announcements telling us what we're sailing past all day. We're throwing this out. May it rest in peace, but I needed a hat today. It's starting to clear up question mark a little bit. I secured the limited edition, or limited release, I should say, pin set. And we asked, like, that's all they have. Like, they've already run out of things, so I don't regret doing that first. Oh, and it's so funny. We bumped into our friends, Terry and Susan, from the other day. I forgot to mention, but we made friends on the bus to Mendenhall Glacier. They decided to take the same adventure as us, so we hung out with them until we finished up at Nugget Falls. There was a Starbucks on board, and normally things that are extra you have to put on your cruise card, but they accepted gift cards, and I happened to bring one. We were about to have a cozy day inside with some hot chocolate, playing backgammon, and watch the live feed of the gloomy day, but all of a sudden it looks crystal clear outside, so we had to run outside to see the spectacular Glacier National Park. I cannot believe how piercing green the water is. What a difference from when we were passing Marjorie Glacier just a short hour ago, which means of course it got a lot more crowded, but people were pretty respectful of giving everybody a turn standing on the ledge. Isn't this unbelievable?
Spectacular views.
Look at our shirts. We have matching shirts. Cruising through life, one port at a time. We are cruising. There she is, Lamplugh Glacier. Normally when they say the weather is partly cloudy, they mean you can see some sky and some clouds all around. But today it means sun on one side and complete overcast on the other. Love my new pin. It's our view from our balcony. Not too shabby, if you ask me.
Cruising through one port at a time.
Instead of dancing through life, Jonathan Bailey, Wicked, is cruising through life, one port at a time. Saying goodbye to Glacier Bay. Turned into such a beautiful day. Oh, hello. We're enjoying our chips from the train yesterday. The observation lounge had these papers to get stamped with today's date. I wonder if all national parks have something like this. New collection unlocked? Question mark. Imagine waking up Well, I can't because I couldn't see anything this morning, but isn't it beautiful?
Spectacular.
And they said we're out of there. We're done with the glaciers, which we are, but wow. One of the park rangers is going to do a presentation about Glacier Bay National Park at the theater, but my mom has other plans. Gotta go to the presentation soon.
I'm whale watching.
There's no whales to watch.
Yes, there's so many of them. We just have to find them. I'm looking for them.
What if they're on the other side?
They're on both sides.
How do you know that?
Because I already asked. And where they want to swim.
We unfortunately couldn't spot any whales, but we did talk to a few people, and the most people have said they saw were tails. I feel like I'm reporting live the weather, and it's just like so windy, you know? And to my right is a winter volcano. Doesn't it look like it though? You could see so many different mountains, and yet they look so distinct because of how the snow falls on them. A quick snack at the observation lounge before heading to the presentation. It was about an hour and it was really interesting. And just like that, the park rangers came and left via little boat, pulling up to our big boat. And now that you're not allowed on the ship's boat anymore, back to our backgammon games. It was really nice that they didn't do any more programming throughout the afternoon in the atrium because usually it's very chaotic and loud. Very funny, very fun, but I want to ease back into that energy later on into the evening. Tonight we had a reservation at one of the paid restaurants because they are just next level on Norwegian. Went for Italian, of course. Bread was course 1 for sure because there was an arrangement. Course 2 is beginning. I'm getting mine shortly. Market salad. And I would argue that an extra course is the view itself.
Salad is so good. This is my calzone. This is the appetizer.
Yeah. We're using this as an appetizer. This is my appetizer pizza. I have 2 more courses coming. See, girl math. It's like we're getting a meal for free because we are ordering enough food for 2 paid meals, I think, each today. The pizza was phenomenal and my mom loved the calzone. Super cheesy. My next 2 courses came together. And here's my mom's. What do you think of that?
It looks very, very good.
Final course, butterscotch, chocolate gelato, salted caramel, some nuts on my mom's.
Oh my God.
I think the delayed reaction was a result of a food coma. The Newlywed Game is always a classic to watch on a cruise, always so funny. And we ended the night at the silent disco. Oh, what you really, I wanna. Good morning, not from Skagway, but finally wearing my Alaska sweater from, where are we? Ketchikan. Technically, we're not in Ketchikan. We have to take like a 20-minute shuttle there. Let's see what's going on. We are in the middle of nowhere, my friends. Oh wow, it's so nice. And the gag is, this is supposed to be the place that rains the most, like over 300 days of the year. And it's the only day where you can clearly see a blue sky in the morning. So luck continues to be on our side for the weather. We're gonna go grab breakfast and explore for the morning. We're next to the Encore sister ship, the Norwegian Joy. So we're sharing shuttle buses to get into the city because currently we're in Ward Cove, which is about a 20-minute drive from here. This is the one place we don't have too much time. We do have to be on the ship for 1:45. There were such pretty different stained glass pieces of art on all of these lampposts. Oh look, it says We Heart Alaska. We are heading to Creek Street. I swear Curio Shop was that shop in Webkins where you like mine gems. I'm gonna fact check that.
Congratulations. Looks like you found yourself a gem.
With our limited time, I was doing some research of what we could do and I landed on Creek Street. It's a cute little historic district that used to be a red light district, actually. Simply salmon.
Catch a can of salmon. Get it?
Yeah. Today you'll find cute little shops and restaurants here. It's so nice with the narrow paths by the water.
There's a lot of people do whale watching here.
You're obsessed with the whales. What whales are you gonna find here? I don't know. I read about the Dolly's house tour online and it's only $10 a person, but unfortunately we didn't have time. But I'm glad we at least made a point to come out here. It has a very unique feel to it. I love all the colorful buildings and how they reimagined them all from the early 1900s. It's amazing. I found a Creek Street pin. Look at that parking spot. I've never seen a cruise closer to a street in my life. Not only is our ship nowhere near here, but our ship, like the shuttle is nowhere near here either to get to the ship. Duck, duck, moose, very cute. In Juneau, we saw airplanes, Skagway helicopter landings, and to round it all off, now we see an airplane landing in the water. Wait, bear paws to mix salads with? That's so creative. That's about it for our short day in Ketchikan, but not before my mom runs back to one of the gift shops to grab more of those bear paws while I wait in the shuttle line. There she is, the lady in white. But you know, it's nice to bring that back home for friends and family instead of like a magnet or a keychain. And the bus driver on the way back actually gave us a little bit of a tour. It was nice. Had to check out the gift shop near the ship, of course. The land of the midnight sun, I mean, that's true. It doesn't get dark to that time, like for summer solstice. In Juneau, I actually learned that they start the July 4th festivities on July 3rd. So then by the time they can do the fireworks, it already is July 4th. Apparently you could go to the dining room for lunch for like a short amount of time, so we enjoyed it by a window seat as we were leaving Ketchikan. We went to a magic show after lunch and then spent a couple hours on our gorgeous balcony soaking up the views to unwind a little bit. It was so peaceful. Unlike the comedy show we saw this evening, George, we love you. We saw 6 of his shows. This was his last one. As we're sailing away from Alaska, it's starting to get dark earlier, so it's my first time seeing any sort of sunset. And it's getting warmer, so I thought it's finally time to check out the pool deck and its nearby activities. The go-kart track actually spans 2 floors. It's really cool. So you walk up here if you want to watch the top because that's where the majority of the action happens. It's much larger than I thought. Like it spans the whole width of the boat. I'm considering trying this tomorrow. We shall see. Where the heck are we going? I've never been here in my life. We're exploring our ship for the first time 2 days before we have to get off. Where are we is my question. You tap your card, it's $9 a game, and it's a bunch of VR games. I've never seen anything like this on a cruise ship, and I've seen a lot on cruise ships, okay? I've seen trapeze, bumper cars, ice skating, roller skating, zip lines, surfing, a skydiving simulation. Cruises nowadays definitely have to get really creative on adding new things to their cruises that haven't been done before because the list that's out there is already quite extensive, and that's just what I've seen personally. This place is gigantic. This one caught my eye. Walking the plank. It must feel so strange wearing the VR set and then falling into the mats. 10 seconds. They expect you to last about 10 seconds. That game sounds very intense. So if I were to do any of these games, it'd probably be the VR maze because it's like a mini maze, but obviously when you put the set, it's like a simulation that it's a much bigger maze. There's a ride? What? I personally think I'm at Universal Studios now between Jurassic Park and all the simulations and like literally a ride. Hello? Am I on a cruise ship or Universal? I just realized it's 10 o'clock. To be fair, how am I supposed to realize it's 10 o'clock when it's this light? We have a show to catch. We ran to the theater. It's closed. We're like trying to open it. It's locked. We're so confused. And then it says it's 9 o'clock. My phone says 10. It is 10 o'clock in Victoria, BC, but it's 9 o'clock in Alaska. But my phone already changed for some reason on airplane mode. I don't get it, but I'm happy. I have time to get my pina colada because they sing that song in the show. My phone was connected to the NCL free internet just to connect to the app, so that's why it changed times.
Do you like pina coladas?
I love pina colada.
Getting caught in the rain. The show Choir of Man brought so much energy, so we had to bring ours to the dance floor. I almost forgot today was not a sea day. Good morning. For once, no mountains. Goodbye, Alaska. But you will be remembered wearing my new Alaska shirt. We're on our way to Victoria, BC. Gonna get off at 8 p.m. It's the latest any ship has ever let us get off in my life. But for now, it's almost like a sea day and then not a sea night, you know? So we're gonna grab breakfast and check out the t-shirts. Apparently there's an itinerary t-shirt sale. I got Skagway covered and I may go karting. I decided. Stay tuned. To be announced. How's the t-shirt sale
Oh
going?
my God, I want all of them. But I don't know which ones to get.
She already has one of each except for the Ketchikan. Might as well get it. So this is the Ketchikan, Glacier Bay, which is going really fast because this you can't get off the ship, just on the ship and it's sold out. Skagway and Juneau, which is nice. Yeah, I like that. Last time having my favorite meal on the ship, the cinnamon French toast and the veggie cheese omelet. The Haven is basically the gated community within this cruise ship.
June 7th, 2025. We're watching Serena on the Norwegian Encore Speedway, waiting for us. This is so cool. Right on top of the ocean. Serena, go! She's going around the corner. Going back this side. We're in the photo gallery on the Norwegian Encore, deciding which picture. We're buying one picture, that's it, because we took 10,000 pictures. So
What do you
deciding
mean?
one
We took
picture.
5. I know she meant on my phone.
Not so difficult to choose one picture.
It's between this one and that one.
Hi from the American Diner on the Encore Norwegian.
It took us all week to try it.
Finally made it.
I thought this was one of the paid restaurants like the Italian, French, or Chinese restaurants, but apparently it is free and it was the best lunch I had on the ship. It was so strange seeing the pool deck so packed because until today it's been freezing and empty. So we danced our way into the warmth. Goodbye, Alaska, you shall be missed. But we actually saw our friends Susan and Terry from Juneau, Alaska on the big screen dancing, so we joined them downstairs. We also bumped into them at one of the comedian shows. I ended up sitting next to them, no idea, and then also saw them while we were walking into Choir of Man. We relaxed on our balcony for a good hour and a half. It was just such a gorgeous day. It is so hot outside in the sun. The sun has reached our balcony and you could see the mountains. We're inching our way closer to Victoria, which means I should be inching my way closer to my suitcase. Because just like that, we're leaving tomorrow, but not before our final port of call. We took a 15-minute bus ride to the downtown area, and the driver gave us a little tour, so that was a nice bonus. But what we really wanted to do was to go to the Butchart Gardens, which is such a highlight in Victoria, BC. But unfortunately, by the time we would have gotten there, there would have been 15-20 minutes of daylights left tops. Just another reason to come visit here properly one day. Mom, we finally saw a whale. Why do I want this? Instead of a horse and buggy, it's a person and buggy, as it should be. This is the Empress Hotel, fit for a princess, of course. And then in the distance, you can see the Parliament. It's cool that they put all those lights on the Parliament here, so it's going to be really pretty once it gets dark. Party buses out. Whatever that was, in. That looked so much fun. Look at that reflection of the hotel in the water. It was so pretty. Something about a crystal clear sky and clear water that's just so nice, especially when the two piercing blues are sandwiching a vibrant golden sunset. Despite not being our first choice, this evening turned out to be pretty nice. Currently in line to get on the ship. It is like 2 blocks long. Good thing I came early, but yeah, and my mom's, in classic fashion, my mom is at a gelato store. I was like, I lost her. I thought she was just behind me. And I was like, where are you? I'm at the back of the line. And she's like, I found a gelato place. Love that for her. 2 for 2 for the bus drivers. He was so nice and gave us another fabulous tour. And instead of being forced to go through another gift shop, we actually went through some small shops. Like, wow, it's so nice. They like make everyone go through like local, like artist stuff, and instead of cheap plastic. But hey, at least that one you're not forced to go. Like this one, everyone has to see. Just came back on the ship. I turned on my data. Wicked for Good had the audacity to drop the trailer while I had no internet for a week. But yeah. It was amazing. I'm gonna have to rewatch it with headphones later. It wasn't just my idea to eat at 12 o'clock at night. Holy. Just for reference, I've never seen that restaurant more crowded the entire cruise. That's the only thing open. We have a little gift. Good morning. It is 7:30. Several announcements since a little before 6:30, so I've been up. 101% tired. I thought these pajamas were fitting for the last day. But look at, you see nothing. Hold on. One more look at the balcony. We got a solid 5 hours sleep, maybe. That was a late night having a salad, but I am all packed up. They took our suitcases last night. Gonna grab some breakfast from the buffet and we will officially be out of here. I would love an encore of the Encore, but for now, we gotta get home. Bye, room. Bye.
Bye.
So long. Farewell. Need to say goodbye. Bye. Unapologetically purple is the attitude going onto the plane. When they said baby got back, I don't think this is what they meant. We're going through the restaurant we were at last night. That's hilarious. And one more look at the Needle before heading to the airport. I gotta give Norwegian credit where credit is due. This is the most organized luggage pickup I've ever had off a cruise in my life. It took 0.2 seconds to find the luggage, and we were off to where there were more taxis than people waiting. So we got to the airport in more than enough time. I am not exaggerating. Check-in line. It was just a baggage drop-off line because we already checked in last night in Victoria when we finally had signal. What an adventure, by the way. We were in Canada 2 separate times. So when we say like how long we've been away from Canada, do we say a day? Do we say a week? No, I'm gonna say a week. Those are just day trips. But anyway, we're in line. I'm not kidding. There's only one person at Air Canada. All the other airlines had multiple people. It took 40 minutes. There was only 8 people in front of me, by the way. But then anytime priority people came in, they had to cut in front of us because there was only one person for everybody. And he was on the phone the whole time. It was wild. But anyway, we made it. Thanks to our taxi driver as well. He noticed that the departure area to drive there was so backed up. So he just dropped us off at arrivals and said to go up. So 10 out of 10 there. But yeah, we're finally going home. Oh, but not without another quick laugh. So my mom, she always forgets to take something out of her backpack, I fear. But this time, it's not on her. They take it, they're like, is there anything sharp in here? She's like, no. They're like, we see something. So they take it out. You know what it was? It was the bear paw like salad like things. So funny, they were laughing. But yeah, it was fine. She got to keep them, and just waiting like 20 more minutes to board. And yeah, heading home. Just like with some locations in Seattle, on the way back, Air Canada chose a few places in Toronto to display on the entertainment system before you go into it. I actually went to all these places shortly after the trip and High Park a little bit before. So this is Air Canada versus reality. High Park in May, yes, I needed a jacket. Casa Loma went last week. That was the back versus the front though. I've taken countless photos of the CN Tower just like that, can confirm it looks like that, and this photo of the Scarborough Bluffs actually inspired me to go there 3 weeks later. We played Yahtzee for a couple hours and it made the flight go so fast, and this one was a nail biter. We were tied at the end. My mom just needed a 5 and she got it on her second roll.
I put 0 on my Yahtzee and now I have the Yahtzee. But it's okay, I'm going to use it as 30 on my 6s.
I have to have this on the record. So we went through customs, everything, yada, yada, yada. And this is our carousel. There was no luggage on it. So I thought, okay, it didn't come yet. But then my mom was observant, was like, observant, this is obvious, but I'm so tired. There's nobody here. Are you sure it's on this one? And then we went around and our luggage was waiting for us. Normally when there's no luggage here, it takes like an hour. Like Toronto sucks for that. But you know what? Brownie points today, Toronto.
Yay for Toronto.
Ew, we're home. Ugly cries. But I had an amazing time with my mother. It was so special. And I'm glad I got to take y'all along with me. So if you haven't already, please subscribe for more pin-related content from me. Wasn't too pin-related though. I think this was the most pin-related travel vlog I've ever done because I got over 20 pins.
I think 27 to be exact.
Well, some I'm giving away as gifts and stuff, and sometimes I got one and then I found one I liked better, and anyways, but we'll see how many I am keeping. I ended up keeping 16, a healthy amount of Seattle and Alaskan pins, as well as a couple Norwegian pins. And Victoria, BC, of course. I'm content being home. I feel like a week was a perfect amount of time. But as always, take care of yourselves and have a magical day. Bye.